Nestled in the remote town of Soleiletsk, near Russia's border with Kazakhstan, stands a correctional facility that has garnered a notorious reputation over the years, the Black Dolphin Prison. Officially known as Federal Governmental Institution Penal Colony No. 6, this prison is one of the oldest in the country, with origins tracing back to at least 1745. Its ominous nickname, Black Dolphin, is derived from a prisoner-constructed sculpture of a black dolphin that sits prominently at the main entrance, serving as a stark symbol of the facility's foreboding nature. Originally established as a jail for those sentenced to life at hard labor, Black Dolphin's history is steeped in tales of harsh punishment and strict confinement. After the suppression of Pugachev's rebellion in 1773, the prison was updated to accommodate robbers and other serious offenders. Over the centuries, it has evolved into a facility that houses some of Russia's most dangerous criminals, including murderers, terrorists, cannibals, and serial killers. Today, approximately 700 inmates serve life sentences within its fortified walls. The prison's architecture is designed with security as its paramount concern. Cells are constructed with a series of 3 steel doors, ensuring multiple barriers between inmates and potential freedom. This layered security approach minimizes the risk of escape and maintains strict control over the prison population. Inmates are confined to their cells for 23 hours a day, with the remaining hour allocated for exercise in a large, secure cage. During this brief respite, cells are meticulously searched for contraband or illegal items, ensuring that no unauthorized materials are present. This routine underscores the prison's commitment to maintaining order and security. Surveillance is omnipresent at Black Dolphin. Inmates are under 24-hour supervision, with guards making rounds every 15 minutes to ensure compliance with prison regulations. This constant monitoring serves as a deterrent against potential infractions and reinforces the facility's stringent discipline. A unique aspect of the prison's regimen is the requirement for inmates to stand from the time they awake until bedtime, roughly 16 hours each day. This rule prohibits resting or sitting on their bunks during these hours, a measure designed to instill discipline and prevent lethargy. Communication between inmates and prison officers is highly formalized. When addressed by guards, inmates must respond with the words "Yes, sir," reflecting the rigid hierarchy and the culture of obedience enforced within the prison walls. The daily diet at Black Dolphin is minimalistic, consisting of soup served 4 times a day. This austere meal plan aligns with the prison's philosophy of providing only the basic necessities required to sustain life, further emphasizing the punitive nature of the facility. Personal possessions are severely restricted. Inmates are allowed access only to books, newspapers, and a radio, limiting their connection to the outside world and reducing potential distractions or influences that could disrupt the prison's order. To prevent inmates from familiarizing themselves with the prison's layout, a strict protocol is in place during transportation within the facility. Prisoners are blindfolded whenever they are moved between buildings, ensuring they cannot map out the prison or plan potential escapes. The method of escorting inmates is particularly distinctive. Prisoners are bent over at the waist while a guard holds their handcuffed hands behind their back, elevated above the hips. This position not only allows maximum control over the inmate but also deprives them of a clear view of their surroundings, further mitigating escape risks. The stringent measures implemented at Black Dolphin have effectively deterred escape attempts. The combination of architectural design, constant surveillance, and strict inmate protocols creates an environment where the prospect of escape is virtually non-existent, reinforcing the prison's reputation as an inescapable fortress. The psychological impact of such an environment is profound. The relentless routines, lack of personal freedom, and perpetual surveillance contribute to a sense of hopelessness among inmates, underscoring the severity of their sentences and the gravity of their crimes. Despite its notorious reputation, Black Dolphin operates within the legal framework of the Russian penal system. The prison adheres to national and international standards for the treatment of inmates, balancing stringent security measures with the basic rights afforded to prisoners. The prison staff undergo specialized training to manage the unique challenges presented by housing such a high-risk population. This preparation ensures that guards can effectively enforce the prison's strict protocols while maintaining professionalism and adherence to legal standards. Over the years, Black Dolphin has become a subject of interest for criminologists and human rights organizations alike. Its methods and conditions provide a case study in extreme prison management, prompting discussions about the balance between security and humane treatment. The prison's remote location adds another layer of isolation for the inmates. Situated far from major urban centers, Black Dolphin's seclusion serves both security purposes and as an additional psychological barrier, reinforcing the inmates' separation from society. Family visits are rare due to the prison's distance and the stringent visitation policies. This lack of contact with loved ones further isolates inmates, intensifying the punitive aspects of their incarceration and limiting their support networks. The prison's reputation extends beyond Russia, with Black Dolphin often compared to other infamous maximum security facilities worldwide. Its strict regimen and extreme control measures place it among the harshest penal institutions in the world. The daily lives of inmates are highly regimented, with routines that leave little room for deviation. The absence of personal decision-making and autonomy ensures total compliance with the institution's rules and regulations. Medical care is provided, but it is limited to essential treatment. Inmates with chronic conditions receive only basic care, and any additional treatment is subject to stringent approvals. Educational programs are virtually non-existent, as the prison focuses solely on punishment rather than rehabilitation. The emphasis is on maintaining order rather than preparing inmates for reintegration into society. The use of force by guards is authorized under strict conditions, and any violations of prison rules result in immediate disciplinary action. This includes extended isolation periods and further restrictions on privileges. While some prisons allow for vocational training or work programs, Black Dolphin does not offer such opportunities. The prison is designed solely for containment, ensuring that inmates spend the remainder of their lives under maximum security. Many of the inmates housed at Black Dolphin have been convicted of crimes so severe that they are deemed unfit for any form of rehabilitation. As a result, the facility is structured to accommodate them indefinitely. Due to the high concentration of violent offenders, interactions between inmates are strictly limited. There are no communal areas for socializing, and most prisoners spend years without seeing another inmate outside of brief glimpses during transport. The prison's administration maintains a zero-tolerance policy for any form of dissent. Any signs of resistance or defiance are swiftly dealt with through increased restrictions and solitary confinement. There are no official records of any successful escape from Black Dolphin. The combination of high security measures and strict inmate controls has made the prospect of breaking out nearly impossible. Black Dolphin has been featured in several documentaries and media reports, shedding light on its extreme conditions and rigid operational structure. These portrayals highlight the severity of life inside its walls. The facility stands as a stark reminder of the Russian penal system's approach to dealing with its most dangerous criminals. It serves as a deterrent, reinforcing the message that certain crimes will lead to a life of total isolation and control. Former prison officials and security experts have noted that Black Dolphin represents one of the most unforgiving penal institutions in the world. Its unique combination of psychological and physical control measures creates an environment of absolute authority. For the inmates inside, Black Dolphin is not just a prison, it is a place where time stands still. Deprived of freedom, personal connections, and hope for release, they are left to endure the unyielding reality of life behind its impenetrable walls. Despite criticism from human rights groups, the Russian government continues to defend the prison's existence, arguing that its measures are necessary for managing the country's most dangerous criminals. The Russian authorities argue that Black Dolphin is a crucial component of the country's justice system, serving as the final destination for criminals deemed beyond rehabilitation. They emphasize that its strict security measures are not intended as cruelty but as a means of protecting society from individuals who have committed the most heinous crimes. For the families of the victims, Black Dolphin represents justice in its purest form. Knowing that the perpetrators of horrific crimes are locked away in a facility where they will never experience freedom again provides a sense of closure. Some argue that such criminals deserve even harsher treatment, while others question the ethics of keeping people in near-total isolation for decades. Despite its high level of security, Black Dolphin is not completely cut off from the outside world. Russian officials have allowed rare media access to the facility, resulting in chilling documentaries that showcase its extreme conditions. These reports have fascinated and horrified audiences worldwide, reinforcing its reputation as one of the harshest prisons in existence. Journalists who have visited Black Dolphin report a pervasive sense of despair among the inmates. The lack of human connection, the rigid routines, and the knowledge that they will never be free again create an environment of hopelessness. Many prisoners struggle with severe mental health issues, though psychological care is limited. Guards at Black Dolphin follow a strict code of discipline with no room for sympathy or leniency. They are trained to maintain constant vigilance, ensuring that inmates do not have even the slightest opportunity to disrupt the rigid order of the prison. This unyielding control further solidifies the prison's reputation as a fortress of punishment. Even within Russia's already strict prison system, Black Dolphin stands apart. Most other facilities, even maximum security ones, offer at least some form of inmate rehabilitation, work programs, or structured activities. Black Dolphin, in contrast, is designed to completely neutralize its inmates, reducing them to a state of total submission. Despite its extreme nature, Black Dolphin has never faced widespread public backlash within Russia. Many Russians view it as a necessary institution, particularly for individuals who have committed crimes such as serial murder, terrorism, or cannibalism. In a country where crime is often met with harsh punishment, the existence of such a prison does not come as a shock. There have been discussions about the long-term psychological effects of Black Dolphin's conditions. Studies on solitary confinement have shown that extreme isolation can lead to severe mental deterioration, including hallucinations, paranoia, and suicidal thoughts. However, the Russian government remains firm in its stance that the prison's conditions are justified by the severity